One of the teachers gave porn DVDs to students. Reddit. What was your high school scandal? A guy was promised $100 to piss himself in class. He did it. They refused to pay up. The science teacher was running a meth lab and one of the other teacher's wife was banging him for free meth. Gotta love gross small towns. Our headmaster was really strange. He liked to wear a normal suit, cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. I live somewhere in Europe. His attire didn't make any sense at all where I come from. Actually, does it make sense somewhere else? Whatever. His absolute pride and joy were the public toilets in our school. Every year on open day he would show every visitor, every parent with absolute pride how clean they were. He often went into the bathrooms and made sure everything was alright. He was not a creep. He always asked if someone was in the bathroom beforehand. One time some very brave soul was crazy enough to write on one of the mirrors with lipstick. Nothing scandalous, just something like hello. He went batshit crazy and wanted to find the culprit. He went from class to class and accused us all. I still don't know if he found the culprit or not. But I still don't think that's normal behavior for a headmaster. Or is it? Edit. Gosh, after reading the other comments here I realize that my school was really boring and I had a really sheltered school life aside from the bullying. I'm glad this is the only scandal that I know of. Phew. Our principal slept with a former student. She had just graduated, but she was on the volleyball team while she was in school and he was the girls' volleyball team coach, so they had lots of contact before she graduated. To make matters worse, he was married to the headmaster's daughter, so he lost his job and his wife. Your school had a separate headmaster and principal. Headmaster was the name he gave the girl he slept with. A kid crapped his pants during a fight. He says he was on his way to the bathroom, had to shit real bad. Saw the guy he was feuding with and thought oh damn. Guy wailed him in the stomach. Chaos of fight ensued. Turd rolls out his pant leg, teacher breaking up, fight slips. Insert turd gets crap all over his jacket. Guy is obviously teased mercilessly. Teacher would charge students for the ability to skip class and not get in trouble / reported. Obviously cash was the main currency. The reason he got caught? He let a kid buy him a Dairy Queen Blizzard for payment and the kid go the flavor wrong. Teacher reported the kid. The kid, in turn, ratted him out. A whole operation taken down over the difference between Butterfinger and Reese's. There was a boy at my school who would shit on the floor in a random bathroom every single day before school ended. This made it onto the morning announcements often, and the whole school of roughly 1500 people was trying to figure out who it was. This went on for months. However, he ended up getting caught by a teacher and decided to pretend to be mentally challenged. Needless to say, he was suspended. The return of the pooping bandit. Kid suddenly stopped showing up to school after rumors he was acting weird the days prior. Turns out cops were called. His locker was cleared out. Contents included a taser, hard drugs, and a hit list of people he wanted to murder, including his parents and some classmates / teachers. No idea where he is today, but yikes. Also, one teacher quit partway through the year. He was sleeping with a, thankfully I think 18Y/O, but still bad, student, and they gave him the option of quitting or reporting it. One of the teachers gave porn DVDs to students. A girl started camming right after turning 18, right before senior year, tried to stay in school, but the administration found out, and she left. She then went on to do adult film, and is actually pretty popular right now, so good for her. It's autumn falls for those wondering. My friend had a brain aneurysm in our weight room. He was alone and a few of my other friends found him unconscious and covered in vomit. One of our teachers let him in and left him alone. Some people tried to blame him for it happening. My friend's family didn't blame him, and the doctors confirmed that, even if there was someone there, he would not have survived. He got to keep his job, but I'm sure the teacher still carries the guilt. Edit. Stop telling me sorry for your loss, it was years ago. Death is part of life, it's just something that happens. It doesn't have to be a circle jerk of sadness, where we use tears as lubrication. There's a guy ducking his girlfriend's friend on a bathroom and failed to realize that they're being taped. The video spread like wildfire and they both got expelled. I can't even imagine what's his girlfriend's feeling when she heard the news or watched the video. And the second one, also a video, but it's another girl getting gangbanged voluntarily by her classmates and her boyfriend. She's even getting that sweet DP. The video is so popular that even one of the teacher got fired for having a copy of that video. My school was wild. Teacher got arrested for taking up skirt pics of freshman girls. Teacher got fired for saying the N-word hard R in a class. The time a kid brought a lead pipe to school and sent the other guy to the hospital. School got sued over football players not playing because they were black and losing scholarships because of the lack of playtime. School doesn't have air conditioning. My high school was riddled with scandals each year I was there. The biggest one that sticks out was from my senior year, less than a month before graduation. For some context, our school has a really negative image placed on them from the district and was trying really hard to fix it. We almost went a full year without a major hiccup before this incident. Our school went on lockdown for 3 hours. Almost all of us were pretty sure we were in an active shooter situation. Many of us trying to figure out who snapped. Our high school has a high rate of mental illness/suicide. So many cold fit that bill. Boy, were we all wrong. It turned out that these two sophomores got into a fight before first period and the kid who was losing pulled a knife on the other kid. He stabbed the kid in the stomach, slashing him there and then in the hand. When the stabbed kid went to pull the knife away, this kid walked into first period, bleeding out, walked up to the teacher and just casually asked to go to the nurse. The teacher called it into the SRC, Student Resource Center, and we were immediately put on lockdown. The guy who stabbed him had fled the campus and was still in their area being viewed as an active threat. It took the local police 3 hours to find the attacker around the campus. Longest 3 hours of all of our lives. After we were released from lockdown, about 25% minus 50% of the students went home. I would link the news article, but for privacy's sake I will not be. Someone shat in the urinals and then proceeded to wipe it all over the toilets. Among the many swastikas and racist comments got caught, but only because there was hidden security cameras outside cubicle stalls disguised as sprinklers, which is apparently illegal, and the kid didn't get in trouble because of it, and every staff member with knowledge of the cameras that they could find got fired. Pretty sure the guy's a lawyer now. I've had some scandals happen at my school. Guy stabbed another guy in the forehead. It only left a scratch, but the media blew it up. Not sure why anymore. One of the students had a lot of drugs locked up in their locker, and he was arrested by a whole squad of policemen. I saw them carry the guy away while I was in class. This beautiful girl, who was in her second high school year I believe, shared her nudes with a senior who spread it like wildfire. She had to transfer schools. Teacher was Maya for a couple months. He was a teacher all the girls thought was hot, so everyone thought it was cause he had sex with one of them. Turned out his wife got cancer. One of our school security guards was hanging out with students outside of school, dating girls at our school, selling kids drugs, and buying them alcohol. I was on the school paper, and we wrote a huge expose about it. My friend who was the photographer and I actually followed him to the parking lot one day during class, and took pictures of him getting into a car with a female student, hotboxing it, and making out with her. We took pictures, and when he saw us, he chased us down. My friend, bless her heart, collapsed onto the camera screaming freedom of the press, and while he took it from her and smashed it, she took the memory card out. Every edition of the paper had to be ocked by the principal. For this one he called a few of us into his office, thanked us for our work, but said we couldn't run the story. Apparently he took all the evidence we had to the police, and the guy was arrested. A new young teacher was hired at my high school my senior year. All the girls loved him. Then one day he was gone after 6 months. He ended up getting a cheerleader pregnant and they disappeared. At university a professor ended up having an affair with one of his aides. When he had his 5th kid she came to the hospital to wish her will. In short, he left his wife and kids for this girl, somehow kept his job. I'm betting tenure. The best part was they moved down the street from me. One day I was talking to her. When she said her last name, I started laughing and said, "You're the one who ducked Professor blah blah." This is just the first one I could think of. My freshman year, there was a really weird kid in my class. He was always looking at pictures of guns and anime. One day he decided that, while taking a dump, that he would pound out a quick one. So he pulls out his phone and puts on some Minecraft porn. A senior just so happened to have to take a piss, so guess who walks in? Here's this kid watching Minecraft porn. That's right, the 18-year-old senior, and he decided that he was gonna film it and post it on Twitter and then send it all over the school. Well, not only was it disgusting, it's also illegal since the kid beating it was 14. So the video was discovered by the principals and then police. That kid has been in jail the past 5 years now for child pornography. I'm not sure how long he's in for, but his life equals over. A star athlete got caught getting a BJ from his GF under the bleachers and lost his full ride scholarship and ended up hanging himself. A female teacher slept with a student and got fired. A teacher was known for going out to her car, smoke pot and come back inside and continue teaching. She would forget she had a class watch the Yellow Submarine, so she had them watch it again. That class watched it 6 times.